Right, well, from one kind of hound to another kind of hound. This is the same machine. I've wiped the drive because I just don't get along with JWM and rocks. Just simple as that. It's too alien to me. And as I mentioned, I'm a lover of Debian, and I thought, what do I need for this crummy machine? I need something that's Debian based and lightweight, so I thought I'd give the latest Lilidog a try. So this is it. It's installed. It's using the OpenBox window manager and the tint, I believe that's the tint bar along the bottom there. This is my first boot after installing it. You can install it using the normal Debian installer from the boot menu, or you can install it via Calamares from the live session. I installed it via Calamares from the live session. No problems whatsoever. Calamares is a little bit iffy on some distributions, but on this one absolutely fine. I did a full install using the whole disk. It rewrote the file allocation table, etc, 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 repartitioned the SSD and set itself up just lovely. Using the Calamares installer, you don't get the option of having various parts in separate partitions. It just does the normal, I believe it's the VFAT for the boot and an ext4 partition for the whole of the operating system and your files. So that's how it goes. If you install it via the Debian manner, you get a choice. Alright, but on a machine like this, it really doesn't matter. It's purists only. So the first thing you see when you boot it up after install is you get this: thank you for installing Lilidog. Please feel free to join the Lilidog discussion forum for further information, or if you have any issues to report, and it gives the URL for that. For initial settings, please see the port icon located in the Tint 2 panel. Yeah, there it is. So that's up there. Yeah, quick theme settings. Alright. Font size, themes, wallpapers and other options are available. If you'd like to customize your system by answering some questions now, press the begin button below. Type welcome in a terminal to use this customization script at a later time. I'm going to click begin and let's see what options it gives us. And it wants my password, so update current packages before proceeding. Well, I've done an update and upgrade by way of Synaptic, which is part of this. This is the main version. There's a lighter version with no software hardly installed at all. It's just the bare bones system. But I thought I'd choose this one, which is about 10 days old. But anyway, I'm going to ask it to look to update and see if it finds anything. It won't, because I've literally just done that. As you see, it's based on Debian Bookworm. Nothing to install. Okay, remove crypt setup and related packages. I guess because it's given a capital Y, the default response would be yes. And small no allows you to keep them if you want. I'm going to go capital Y. Okay. And that gives me nearly 3 meg of extra disk space. Okay, it's updating the initializing or the initial RAM file system. I trust it's still doing something. Being based on Debian Bookworm, this does of course find all your firmware, because Debian does that now, which is why it is the only real good Linux operating system for me, and for an awful lot of other people. It's just so easy now. When I first started using Linux way back in the day, I first tried Puppy because I had such a ropey laptop. It made this one look like a racehorse. I think it had 128 meg of RAM and not an awful lot of storage, and that one could only really use, I think it was Puppy 6 or 5. It's a long time ago. But yeah, in them days things were very different. You would be lucky to get sound. You certainly couldn't do most of like the social media stuff that you can get today. You didn't have the software around that was particularly any good. But then again, it wasn't that great on Windows either back then. Everything was a lot more basic. Add backports repositories and run apt to update. Now I'm going to say no, I don't want backports. I'll stick with the Bookworm stuff, thank you. So I'm going to go little n. Install backports kernels? No. Install Eisenkram Cli to check for missing firmware. I don't appear to need any extra firmware, so I'm going to go no. Reboot if there was a kernel install. So I'm going to have to stop the video and reboot. So 1 second. And we're back. Okay. Alright, I'm going to run that script again just to see if there's anything after that. So let's hit begin. You don't get the option of a root password with the Calamaris installer. You have sudo privileges as the user. Update current packages? No, don't need to. Crypt setup? No. Add backports? No. Backports kernel? No. No. Reboot? No. Oh, that was it. Okay. Alright, so that was all the options that you got. I'd say, so you could do your update. You could remove crypt setup and its related packages. You can add the backports repos and add run apt to update. You can install the backports kernel. You can install Eisenkram Cli to check for missing firmware, and then you reboot. Okay, so that's a pretty good welcome script. It gets you set up and ready to roll. Okay, so let's exit this. I'm guessing that this doesn't always show up. Alright, so what do you get with it? Okay, you get a terminal, through our file manager. Now, which defaults to showing all files, even hidden. And it is also set up for single click, just like the ROX filer was. But this is through now, this is the default XFCE file manager. So I'm going to go and set this up to how I like it. Preferences. What the hell's Newsboat? Behavior. Double click to activate items, please. Okay, close that. View. Do not show hidden files. Okay. That's a little bit more like what I remember. Now this is a really nice open box theme. Very, very nice, very tasteful. Like it a lot. I've tried Lilidog before in the past and not had an awful lot of luck with it. However, it seems to have come along in leaps and bounds, and this dog is wagging its tail right now. Okay, so that's the file manager. You've got Firefox web browser by default. Quick grab. You can go directly to the theme folders for the Lilidog theme scripts, XFCE for terminal colors, Genie themes, icons, fonts, GTK themes, OpenBox themes, even Grub backgrounds. Quick access to your root folders, /etc/Etsy apt sources list where your repositories are logged and referred to, user share, user bin and user local bin. LibreOffice, nice one. Well, I will check later in the All Programs folder to see how much of LibreOffice you get. There's Genie, there's Praga for your music player, SM Player for your videos, Newsboat. What is Newsboat? GPIC View to view photographs on your pictures folder and elsewhere. Under development you've got Meld, GPIC, Genie and Icon Browser. Let's have a look at Newsboat because I'm curious about that. What is it? Wow, that's pretty cool. Let's go to latest Linux kernel versions. What do we do? Enter to open and Q to quit. Oh, this is pretty interesting. Let's put a question mark. Interesting. So it's just like a news crawler from the terminal. Neat. And let's quit again. And quit again. And quit again. Wow, that's pretty neat. I like that. So that'll grab the latest news from those lists that you saw in the terminal window back there. CNN, BBC News and so forth. That's pretty cool. I like that. Alright, so that's what we've got in there. Under toggles, you can toggle your conky, GAMI, JG menu, Eurofi icons, hot corners, random background, tint 2 options, mouse finder, transparency, tint 2 toggle, auto login, clipboard OS prober, which lets the grub look for other operating systems that you might have installed, so you can have multiple operating systems on the same computer, and this will let you choose upon boot up which one you boot into. Sounds, PyCom and Xkill. Xkill's great. If you've got a window that's playing up and will not shut down and is hogging all your resources, you can Xkill it straight off. Utilities, you can take a screenshot. You've got HTOP, LX Task, the INCSI info of your machine. Tells you all the hardware and temperature monitors and everything of the main board and so forth, and all the associated peripheral hardware. Hard info, hardware probe, transmission for your BitTorrent client for downloading other ISOs. Nothing else. Color chooser, kernel remover in case you want to get rid of the old kernels, because as an operating system moves along, it will install later updated kernels. The kernel is the main thinking part of the operating system, and it contains all like your graphics drivers, sound drivers, keyboard drivers, mouse drivers and things like that, and as they get updated within the kernel and you get new kernels. So this will remove no longer used kernels. You can check your firmware, you can make your wallpaper. Now, what is that? I will look at that myself. That's probably just a little tiny graphic program that allows you to add text over photos or something. I'll sod it, let's have a look. Please select the type of wallpaper you want to create. Single colour gradient or gradient 4-way. No. Okay, that. Very basic. So if you want a plain background, excuse me. Okay. app alternatives, update options, live USB maker, lucky backup, your printer setup, calculator, which is a calculator, gparted, which allows you to look at and configure the various partitions on either your main disk or something like a USB pen drive and so forth. Synaptic is the package manager, where you install software from the Debian repos, and you can install extras. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so installers for audio, video, games, graphics, internet, kernels, office system and utilities. Let's have a look under graphics. Okay, so you can install Blender, GIMP, GPicView, Inkscape, TuxPaint, Birth icons, Breeze icons, Circle icons. So you can, this is how easy it is to install new icons. Pretty neat. Under Internet, okay, you can install Dropbox, Google Earth, Skype, Zoom, the Brave browser, the Chromium browser, Firefox, LibreWolf browser, Lynx browser, Geary Mail, Sylpheed Mail, or Thunderbird Mail. All good stuff, all good stuff. And again, you can update kernels, grab new ones. You say if you want to hop off the long-term support kernel, you can go to a more bleeding edge one. The office stuff, system stuff, and quick installers. This is fantastic. Okay, what else? So these are the toggles, yeah? No, the utilities. Alright, then in configuration you've got your open box configuration, choose your wallpapers, quick themes, which we'll have a look at in a minute, system settings, custom toggles, your power manager, your Tint 2 settings, key bindings for your shortcut keys, Light DM, which is the display manager, JG menu, which I believe is down here, your con key, which is this thing, gives you all the information, PyCom, D menu, hot corners, and even the grub background. But let's go into the all programs. So this is what we've already got. Under accessories, archive manager, bulk rename, catfish file search, the file manager again, calculator, GAMI, don't know what that is, GTK hash, image viewer, LibreOffice Start Center, Light GTK, LightDM GTK plus Greeter settings, Lucky Backup, Parcelite, PyCom, RxVT Color Unicode Terminal, your screenshot, Terminal Emulator, and Thunar File Manager. Obviously, a lot of these have got shortcuts up here and in the quick grab. Under Development, Genie, Icon Browser, and Meld. Under Graphics, Document Viewer, GPic, which is a color picker by the look of it. It looks like an eyedropper icon. You've got an image viewer and Image Magic. Okay. Under Internet, you've got your advanced network configuration, Firefox ESR, which is the more secure version. You've got a mail reader, transmission BitTorrent client, and a shortcut to whichever web browser you have set as default. So if you install, say, Chromium or Chrome, and you set that to default, web browser will launch that. But currently there's only Firefox, so web browser will launch Firefox. Under Multimedia, MPV Media Player, PN Mixer, Praha, Pulse Audio Volume Control, and SM Player. As I said, I installed OBS Studio. Now, strangely, it doesn't appear that VLC has come in with it. Normally, when you install OBS Studio from Synaptic on Debian, it brings in the VLC media player. So that's quite interesting. Under Office, we've got the Document Viewer, LibreOffice Start Center, and LibreOffice Writer. Okay, so it looks like we've only got the word processor. Okay, in Other, we've got Auto Login, Auto Themes, the Conky Chooser, which will give you various other options for this thing over here. So that displays something else instead of the shortcut keys. JG menu icon options, Lilidog installers, Lilidog theme options, mouse finder, notification, blah blah blah, iOS Probe. Yeah, we've seen a lot of this before. Under settings, loads. About me, accessibility, advanced network, etc., etc., appearance, color profiles, display, loads of stuff. Pavu control, which is fantastic for setting up your microphone and your speakers. Removable drives and media, settings editor, settings manager, blah blah blah, time and date, users and groups, XFCE, terminal settings, and under system. Yeah, a lot of stuff's repeated, but it's all good. Now, what I want to look at is where was it? Settings, wasn't it? Was it? Configuration. Let's go and have a look in quick themes quickly. Wow. Okay, this is really, really nice. Okay, so auto themes. Now that I would assume would mean just default themes that you can pick from that will change things like your conky, your file size, your grub background, your icons, your JG menu, etc. All this stuff. So let's see what we've got under auto themes. Wow. Okay, now watch the screen while I'm doing this, because these are going to change pretty much everything, I believe. What are we currently in? Please close Genie before making selection. Well, I haven't got Genie open, so let's have a look at Slate, which may be what we're already in. Nope, this is Slate. As you see, it's changed all of this. Let's go to Taupe. Okay. Oceanic. Nordic darker. It doesn't look very dark, does it? Glade. Arcadia. Okay. Nightshade. Night indigo. Denim. Okay, I guess that's kind of denimish. Cobalt. Ah, nice and blue. River. Dracula. Dragon. Good grief, this is really good. Forge Dark. Forge. Ozark. Cube. Adwaita Dark. Okay, that's a pretty standard one. Adobe. Okay, as in the mud hut rendering rather than the graphics company. Anolis. Oh, quite like that. Conanolis. Okay. Crimson. Dark Drow. Dark Earth. Yeah. And Drow. What is Drow? And Earth. Okay. Neon. Yeah, that's kind of Buck Rogers, isn't it? Glacier. Hey, a light theme. Some people like light themes. Grey. That's rather more sober. Light. Yeah. Bright. Orchis light. That's pretty nice. Mulberry. Okay. Broadwater. That's quite relaxing. Kogula Light. And Standard Adwaita. Right, so I mean, how much easier is that than theming in JWM and rocks? I'm going to go back to Slate because okay, I thought that was, what was the one that I liked? Forge. Okay. Yeah, I'll stick with Forge for the minute. Okay, that. Alright, so that does an awful lot of what these do, but let's have a look at what wallpapers you get. Oh, we're using Fey. And there they are. So if you don't want the rather cold looking paw prints in the snow, you can choose from these. Is that going to apply it? Yeah, it applies it straight away. Pretty nice. I like that one. Don't particularly like that one. That's kind of nice. That sort of interferes with your conky, doesn't it? Yeah, so you've got a few pretty nice wallpapers there. I think that one though. I think that one. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so yeah. Oh, hey, we can reset to default. Blah blah blah. Full theme reset resets most theming elements. This will include blah 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 blah. Wallpaper. Yeah, well, I can change the wallpaper back. Press enter to reset the theme to the installation default. Yeah, that's what I want. Boom. And my password. Okay. Alright, but now I'm going to change the wallpaper because I don't want to be reminded of the cold. Let's get that one on there. Okay, so yeah, the latest Lilidog based on Debian Bookworm. I'm sorry, but this dog beats the puppy. For me, on this machine. Yeah. Looks really nice. Okay, thanks for watching. That's that. It'll probably be ages now for another video. 3 in 3 days. God, I'm spoiling myself. Alright, ta-da.